You'll have to forgive me if my face is malformed. I've got gauze covering the socket where I had a tooth pulled today. A couple hours ago. And they say if you're going to smoke, dampen it and put it over the socket. They gave me gauze. And so I don't see any reason using water if it's going to get soaked in beer anyway. So I just dumped some of the beer on it and put it back there, and it seems to work just fine. Look at that. And that's the tooth they took from me. I'm gonna put it on the voodoo doll that has my hair and is soon to get my fingernails and toenails. There aren't gonna be many people that know about it. Something like that could go really wrong. But just think about how different my breath is gonna be now without that thing inside my head. I hope she still loves me. So there's this one time I come walking into Mary's Tavern from the Main Street side. I'm sure I was doing the back and forth between Mary's and Tim's because I couldn't find the right situation yet. And so I come in and it turns out it got pretty crowded in there from the front to the back. And I didn't see anybody I knew from where I was. I said, okay. So I go to the bar, and at the end, there's a seat right at the end of the bar, and, you know, the bar is full down there. There's a very attractive young woman sitting next to that empty seat, and this other just guy sitting in the one next to her with his chair spun, and I can tell they're talking. So I sit down there, and I order a drink. And while I'm waiting for my drink to come, I'm looking, I'm going. And this guy's just, like I said, he's got his chair turned toward her. It's the whole up against the wall thing. Hey, baby, you're mine now. You got nowhere else to go. And it's not a gerbil you're getting, Richard. It's the same thing, and he's just talking and talking. And I can tell by her expressions that she really has no interest in anything he wants to say or do. And she's just sitting there just being calm and peaceful. And I had my drink already, and I said, excuse me, to her sitting next to me. And she turned and looked at me. And I said, yes. I said, you would burn my soul. And I said, and she's just like, and this guy was like, and I got up and I walked away. I said, you know what? Somebody had to put a stop to that guy for a fucking minute so she could escape. And I walked down to the other end of the bar and I forgot all about it. And I ran into some of these big guys that I know. But for some interesting reason, it's interesting to me. I may be at the bottom of it, but I don't want to go so far as to say. But big, dumb, physically healthy men tend to like me very much. And it's very convenient because otherwise I would be hurt a lot more than I am. But these guys, they're a good group of people to have. I'm not saying anything about the dumb part of that. I'm not. You can get a lot of things done with people that do like you. And so I'm standing there talking to these guys, and they're like, "Hey, Judas," and I'm like, "Hey, yeah, look at me, I'm back." You know, I didn't. They weren't there before, but I've been around, and they always know I'd show up. So I'm standing there talking to them over by the tables, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'm going straight back. Wow! I hit the floor. As I hit the floor, I said, "Did somebody just fucking punch me in the face?" And I came right back up, like somehow I do. Like Jughead and his mother can both stand way out like this off a threshold. You go, "What the hell is that? Must be genetic." But I come up just like that guy, you know. Hit him again. Eventually you'll get tired of it. But and I said, "Whoa." And I looked, and this guy from that girl was over here, and he was going, "Oh, oh, oh." And all the big friends of mine are coming at me, and I was just like, and I looked, I said, "Did somebody just punch me in the face?" And that guy's like, and they moved in on me, my friends, and they're like, got their hands on me. They're like, "It's okay, Richie, take it easy, Richie." Oh, that's the code word. When it's time for me to stop, they call me that. But they're like, "Judas, stop. Judas, take it easy, Judas. Take it easy, Judas." And I'm standing there and I'm laughing, and I'm not letting them push me back. They're pushing on me, but I'm standing there in one place, and this guy's just like, "Ha ha ha ha." It didn't bother me at all. Right there in that second, I can't say a moment's an English measure of 90 seconds, and that is just given way too much to this, the time it took me to think this. I felt like there was somebody in the world that just had a twinge, thought, "Oh," like a release, like a good feeling, like, you know, maybe I didn't have it coming from that guy, but I got it coming from somebody. And answering honestly in interviews when they ask if anybody ever deserves to be punched in the face, I change my answer to yes. And they're like, "What?" I said, "I know I've got it coming." That won't get you the job. I think they're afraid of violent people.